I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com, and today we're going to talk about the Greater Vancouver real estate bubble and does it even exist? So since 2016, with the implementation of the foreign buyers tax, we've been hearing all kinds of stuff in the media about the Greater Vancouver real estate bubble. How the market is going to burst and prices are going to go down this much or that much, etc. And that's been going on for the last 3 years. And I just kind of like to summarize from that point on to date what's happened. So going back to 2016, we'd gone through pretty much 5 years of solid increases in the real estate market, and the governments were rightfully concerned. They were concerned about how quickly prices had risen, debt loads is being held by the average Canadian household, fear of rising interest rates, and also the fear of an economic recession. All of these things are what people were concerned about. So if we fast forward to August of 2016, what the government did to slow the market down was the first thing was they implemented a foreign buyers tax. And what that did is it pretty much slowed down the detached housing market. It really hasn't started to recover until the last 30 or 60 days. Since then, they've added in they've increased the property transfer tax for all buyers. The empty home tax has been initiated. The speculation tax. And also another one that the federal government put in was the mortgage stress test. So all of these things had a big impact on our market. From August 16th to April 2018, though, the condo and townhouse market remained pretty strong. And then in 2018, around May, the condo and townhouse market started to slow down as well. So for the past 18 months or so, we've had rather lethargic markets until October, November. As you can see by the price behind me, and here's the point I want to make, or as you can see by the graph behind me, I should say, here's the prices, how prices have changed for detached houses, condos, and townhouses. And we've got a 1-year graph and a 3-year graph. As you can see, we've got -7% for detached, -6% for condos and townhouses over the last 3 years, or 1 year. And the last 3 years, you can see that the detached housing market was down 8.9. Condo market, or the townhouse market, is actually up 14.9% since those taxes came in. And the condo market is up 22%. Now, most of that gain came through August 16 through May 18, and then it slowed down since then. But that's one thing you never see that's spoken about in the press, is that the townhouse and condo markets are up in value over the last 3 years. There's no bubble market where a part of the market is increasing. If anyone can correct me on that and show me any bubble markets that have done that, please do so. But I looked it up and I certainly couldn't have found any. So what's happened in this year, since since May of this year, prices have started to flatten out and even started to increase over the last couple of months in certain areas. So that's my question is, has the market bottomed? Is this the end of it, or is it just a slight little blip where we're going to see an increase because of some things that may happen next year? So how it works is market activity has been steadily increasing over the last 6 months. And what that does is, as sales increase, more stuff comes on the market. So inventory is reducing. When inventory reduces, then that will typically lead, this is a 4-step process on how the market changes. Once inventory reduces and you start to see multiple offers, that's when you will typically see prices start to rise. We've started to see multiple offers in certain parts of the market, and as inventory decreases and things get busier, then you'll see more of that, and that's when you'll start to see prices start to rise. Again, my question that I've been asking myself, is it short term or can it hold? Some of the reasons that the market has bottomed in certain places is it looks like prices have bottomed. We have low interest rates. We've got pent-up demand from people who haven't bought over the last 2 or 3 years because they're waiting for the market to bottom. Now a lot of them feel that it has, and they've jumped back in. We also have a housing shortage in this city, and all of those things bring that together. I've always been an advocate of Vancouver long term because it is a landlocked city. I know I say this all the time, but that's our big advantage. When all of these economists come in and factor all of these things in, the population grows by 40,000 people each year, and there's nowhere to put them. So if you're one of these speculators that's been in the market short term, you may or you may not make money. If you are a long-term player, it is my belief that unless something dramatically bad, like a major earthquake or something happened, Vancouver will always be a great long-term investment. Just before we close here, some of the things from my naysayers here that might make you a little happy. I'll give you some of the negative points. Over the last, like I said, over the last decade, lots of people have been playing the pre-sale condo market like it's the stock market. That's a real concern of mine because I know of people that have gone in and they're buying 3, 4, and 5 units at a time, and they have no intention of completing on these units. What they do is they'll buy it immediately when they go up for sale. And if it's a 3-year construction period, on year 2, when the market was good, they would assign the contract to someone else. If the market had risen by $100,000, they would take their $100,000 profit and run away before they completed. Well, what's happened now with the market flattening out is there's no real market for these assignments at this point in time. And these people are all going to have to complete on these deals in the next year or two. So that's one possible Achilles heel. The other one, or like I spoke earlier about the Canadians carrying high debt holds, and it's been a long time since we've had an economic recession, and we're probably overdue for one. So if you enjoyed this video and you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube station, click thumbs up, make a comment, either good or bad. I'm Jamie Hooper with RE/MAX Crest and jamiehooper.com, and we'll be back next month again to talk about the Greater Vancouver real estate market and the Greater Vancouver real estate bubble.